You did that really well, by the way.
Thank you.
You did. Are you a lawyer?
I am.
You are. Joining me is Debra Verni. Deb is the president of Soroptimist Saratoga, a very interesting organization, and an organization that, especially during this 12 Days of Giving, we would like you to know more about, and hopefully you'll feel moved to be able to help this organization. Boy, that's a tongue-tied word, Soroptimist. I'm going to pretend for a second that I know how I know it, but you told me. So, best woman.
Best for women.
Best for women.
Yes, it's from Latin.
Yes.
Soro is sister, and mist is best, so best for women.
Best for women. And tell us what that means in terms of Soroptimist Saratoga.
Well, Soroptimist International of Saratoga County, so I shortened it up for you, made it easy,
Oh, good,
right?
thank you. Thank you very much.
We're a volunteer group. There's 62 members, and it's women from all walks of life, professionals, retired individuals, young women, and basically we raise money to give it away.
You raise money to give it away. And let's tell our viewers how you give it away, because Maggie Frank, who's been a guest here many times, who runs Wellspring, an organization devoted to helping women under stress and women going through transitions, women in abusive relationships, trying to make a transition. And Soroptimist Saratoga works really hand in hand with Wellspring to help in that effort, correct?
Yes. Our signature project for Soroptimist is Project Hope and Power. And it's a project where we volunteer. There are 3 sections. There's one in the fall, one in the spring, and one in the winter. And there's an 8-week session, and Maggie furnishes the people that come to the sessions. Generally, they're people that are in an abusive relationship or they have other issues. And we teach them basic stuff: how to interview for a job, how to dress for an interview, how to balance a checkbook, what your legal rights are. It's an 8-week session, and we have 4 volunteers at each session. 2 are the people that facilitate, and then 2 people that take care of the child care, because a lot of the women have to bring their kids with them because they don't want the abuser to know that they're actually going to something that might help them get out of their abusive relationship.
You know, the reason I want to sort of stress some of the details about this is that, you know, in our daily lives, we don't relate to this necessarily, right? You're talking about women that need help so desperately. I think Maggie said it to me once, that, you know, these women feel trapped, and they are trapped. They don't feel trapped, they are trapped. They have to bring the children with them to these classes because the abuser would be suspicious about where they are or what they're doing. And, you know, that kind of overwhelming abuse, whether it's emotional or physical, right, is overwhelming. So you're there to help. Now, just because I don't think it's exactly clear, 3 times a year, you have sessions, 8 classes per session, dealing with what kind of topics?
Again, basic stuff from how to find a place to live. We'll go over leases with them, you know, how to explain your situation to them, how to find a job, how to dress for a job. We actually take contributions from the ladies in the group, and one of our members owns a dry cleaning business, and she dry cleans all the clothes, and the ladies can go in and they can pick a suit for an interview. And it's everything from soup to nuts. One of the biggest classes, which is like the 7th class, is your legal rights. We have several people that are attorneys or have a background in it that will say, you know, you have a right to do this. This is what this is what this document is. This is what this document is. And people walk away and you're like, wow, I didn't know I had those rights. That's really an excellent thing.
You know, that's part of the abusive cycle, is that you actually don't know how or what to do next. Right? And another feature that struck me is that the women who do attend these classes are actually given a stipend to help with the transportation to even get there. You know, really think about it in real terms here. And also, I believe there's a stipend at the end if they come to the 8 classes, right?
Exactly. If they attend all 8 classes, then they get a stipend at the end that allows them to, you know, maybe put a down payment on an apartment, maybe be able to hire somebody to represent them legally so that they can get out of the situation. And the 8 classes, it's amazing. Maggie comes to Soroptimist when we have our meetings once a month, and she tells us a story of someone that's graduated from our program and what they've been able to do. And it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful for her to tell us that, we've helped someone with their lives like that.
You know what? She's told me those stories. They're very moving stories.
They are.
Again, there's nothing like reality in this situation, right? People are hurting, and here's an opportunity to provide a support system, which they desperately need. It's an all-volunteer organization. I know that you're an attorney. So you've got a full schedule, yet you still find the time to be president of this organization to help organize this.
Well, sorry about that. Project Hope and Power is actually why I joined Soroptimist.
Yeah.
I want to make a difference in the community, and that's just one of the things we do. We actually give away $25,000 each year to local community organizations, and there's actually going to be a press release of all of the documents they need to fill out to apply. And it's all local organizations that can apply for the money for that, too.
Now, you've got a fundraiser coming up.
We do.
In January. Now, let's face it, we're in Saratoga. All these fundraisers in the summer. It's pretty smart to do one in the dead of winter.
Well,
a little cabin fever there?
Cabin fever, but this year we haven't had cabin fever yet because there hasn't been any
this is
snow.
spring fever.
But it's a four-letter word. We don't use the word snow.
Yeah, that's right.
So we have we have two major fundraisers each year. Our next one is January 23rd, which is at the Saratoga National, and each year we have a speaker come in. And the speaker this year is Anna Therese Day, and she's a world-renowned writer,
author,
journalist, and she works for Huffington Post. Right. And she deals with women's issues. She goes to a lot of countries where the women aren't exactly, high on the food chain there. So, her articles are amazing, and her interviews are great. You could actually go online and look at those, too.
Now, at the luncheon, which is at Saratoga National, right outside here in Saratoga, there's also a silent auction. It's a really well-done sit-down luncheon or whatever, and 100% of the funds goes to helping Soroptimist Saratoga with putting together the money, and 100% of this goes towards the initiatives that you described.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I think it's an incredible organization. And very nice to meet you.
It was very nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming in and giving us some more information about this.
Well, thank you very much.
And happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.